Shalom, everyone. Today is August 2nd, 2023. And this message is one that Father wants me to bring because of things that I have observed here on TikTok and on YouTube and other social media platforms. As we know, with the devices that we have, the technology we have all sorts of what we would consider tools and cool things that we think we can try to use to spice up the messages that we deliver here in His name. Please remember this, though. Remember the nature of Yahusha. Was he something that was cool, new, interesting, beautiful, hip, all those things? Was he something that the world would desire or find interesting? No. We need to be very careful that we do not use these devices of Satan. Filters, special effects, those kind of things. In fact, there are some special effects that when you see flashing lights, it can actually trigger people who have traumatic brain injuries or have issues with seizures. You could be causing someone harm. Be wise as serpents and gentle as doves, my brothers and sisters in Messiah. Be careful with the tools that you use. Because again, Father's word does not need any flashy events or anything like that. It doesn't need any special effects. His word is powerful on its own. Just simply share the truth. Simply share the truth, and those who have ears will hear it. Okay, again, pointing out in Isaiah 53, this is what Yahusha was like. He grew up before him with a young plant, and like a root out of dry ground. He didn't have an impressive form or majesty that we should look at him, no appearance that we should desire him. He was despised and rejected by men, a man of suffering who knew what sickness was. He was like someone people turned away from, and he was despised and we didn't value him. There's nothing of the world. We are nothing like the world, and the world really does not want anything to do with us. So dressing up our messages that we share with things that we learn, things that we use to edify one another and to encourage one another and to bring more wisdom to one another. They don't need flashy effects. They don't need any filters. And remember this, you are the created ones in His image. He created us in His image. If you are using a filter to change your image, how is that any different than using makeup that was taught by the fallen angels, women? All right? How is it any different? We need to not get carried away in what the tools that the devil gives us to use. And those who are creating images with AI that are of end times prophecy or even supernatural events or beings, be careful, because we're told in the commandments not to make any graven image. And graven doesn't necessarily mean just a statue. An image is an image. Do the study in the Hebrew. You'll understand that we are not to be focused on ourselves or things. We're to be focused only on Him. We need to be wise with the things that we use in order to present His message. Make sure that it aligns with His truth as closely as possible. So please know that this is a message of warning and correction given in love. It truly is. Some of these I've seen some special effects that are like flashing blinkers, flashing lights, and that can actually trigger someone who has difficulty with seizures to have a seizure. It can be a health hazard to some people. So, and the reason I bring this out is we need to be very careful, because there's always a wolf among the sheep. Always. Until final judgment, there is always a wolf among the sheep. And unfortunately, from what I've observed in the Torah TikTok community and Torah believers, there are wolves that many don't see. And Father has not led me to reveal their name. That might be something that comes in the future, but be wise as serpents and gentle as doves. Be wise about how you share His message. Be wise about how you show yourself as a disciple of the Messiah. Think about it very carefully, because these end times, we cannot afford to lead any astray, and we cannot afford to look anything like the world. We must let go of all of it, otherwise we will become as Lot's wife.